What's good, everybody? Today we're breaking down a really interesting matchup in the light heavyweight division. Khalil versus Jesse Hart. You've got a hungry, fast-rising contender in Khalil going up against a veteran in Jesse Hart, who's been in there with world-class competition. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how I see this fight playing out and who I think comes out on top. If you're a real boxing fan and you love technical breakdowns, make sure you stick around. Let's get into it. This matchup is a classic contrast of styles. A sharp, powerful jabber in Khalil versus a mobile, rangy boxer in Jesse Hart who prefers to fight on the outside and control distance. Jesse Hart is a fighter who relies heavily on movement, footwork, and ring awareness. He likes to stay on the perimeter, using the full size of the ring and forcing his opponent to chase him. Hart is most comfortable when he's circling, changing angles, and resetting in open space. His jab is solid, and he uses it well to keep opponents at bay and disrupt their rhythm. When he's on the outside, he's difficult to pin down and can frustrate opponents into making mistakes. However, Hart does have some clear weaknesses. He often keeps his hands low, stands too upright, and leaves his chin exposed, especially when the fight moves into close range. On the inside, his defense can be questionable, and he tends to rely more on toughness than slick defensive instincts. While Hart prefers to box on the outside, he will occasionally plant his feet and trade, looking to land combinations when he feels comfortable or senses an opening. That's where he can be dangerous, but it's also where he's most vulnerable. Khalil on the other hand, is a much more straightforward fighter. He doesn't move a lot laterally and is perfectly comfortable standing in front of his opponent. His main weapon is his jab, which is more like a power shot than a rangefinder. It's fast, stiff, and heavy, and he throws it with bad intentions. Uses his jab not just to score points, but to break opponents down, disrupt their balance, and set up his right hand. Is also very fast for his size, and his timing is excellent. When he commits to his punches, they come straight and sharp. While his head movement is decent, his overall defense is not elite, and he can be hit, especially when coming forward. But he makes up for that with pressure, volume, and physicality. He wants to be on the front foot, walking his opponent down and forcing exchanges. In this fight, the dynamic is pretty clear. Hart will be moving around the ring, trying to keep the fight at long range, while will be stalking him, cutting off the ring and looking to land that powerful jab over and over again. Will be the one pressing the action, while Hart will be trying to use movement and counters to slow him down. Hart will have moments when he plants his feet and tries to catch coming in with combinations. When steps in too recklessly, Hart's experience and timing could allow him to steal a few rounds with clean counters and flashy combinations. If Hart can establish his jab early and stay disciplined with his movement, he can make the fight competitive. However, one major factor in this fight is Hart's inactivity. He hasn't fought in nearly 2 years, and that kind of layoff almost always shows, especially against a young, hungry, active fighter like Ring rust, timing issues, conditioning, and sharpness could all be problems for Hart, particularly in the middle and late rounds. As the fight goes on, Coe's pressure, work rate, and physical strength should begin to wear Hart down. The jab will be the key weapon in the fight. If consistently lands it, he'll control the tempo, win exchanges, and rack up points round after round. Hart may win some rounds with movement and counters, and he'll likely have moments where he catches coming in and makes things interesting. But over the course of the fight, Coe's activity, power jab, and forward pressure should be enough to outwork Hart and take control of the majority of the rounds. Final prediction: Jesse Hart will have his moments and likely win a few rounds with movement and well-timed counters. But Khalil's jab, pressure, and consistency will be the difference. Over the distance, outworks Hart and earns a clear decision victory. Prediction: Khalil wins by unanimous decision. So that's how I see Khalil versus Jesse Hart playing out. Let me know in the comments who you think wins and why. If you enjoyed the breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. I've got a lot more fight breakdowns and boxing content coming your way. Appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.